Yeah, good afternoon. This little section here has taken me about an hour and I'm still not finished because there's still a lot of extra talking going on. I move this over, try to get you in some better light so you can read what's on this page. Okay, so start over at 43 seconds with human saying, maybe we shouldn't talk to this on your mic. And this is, the Sierra Sounds Part 2. And 56 seconds, human mocking a crow back to the matriarch. 57 seconds, you hear her husband, the big Sabe male, what the fuck is this stupid shit? He says it very clearly in English. And you also hear two oofs in the background from another Sabe. That's them calling the dogmen to the area. And the dogmen are not so much pets, but more like hired hands and or a specific society within their group, so they act more like dog soldiers, because they also speak Chinese. Dog got me. Okay, and then you have a bunch of language going on between 58 seconds and 103, that's Sabe speaking. I'm still working on getting that translated. And at 105, the big male says, or an individual says to the big male, what do? At 107, you have the researchers crow calling back. And then you have another, and at 102, researchers saying, hey, we're getting a reaction. So there's a lot of crosstalk going on in these few seconds. And then you got Sabe, not the matriarch, taking over the crow call, back to the humans, so Big Mama can have a rest. At 109, there's a Sabe, it says look, and then there's some other language going on in the background. I'm still working on translating. And again, at 110, looks like Kaka is the answer. 111, I think it's the big matriarch female, says make them get back to their car. And then you hear again at 112, look. At 114, look. Quega, eternally dismaying or disappointing is this Asiatic term. And then you also hear chica, which is Spanish, bitch, or chicklet woman. They don't know how to trade. And yes, the Sabe speak a mixture of various languages: Spanish and Urdu, Hindi, Chinese, Japanese, Ainu, a bunch of different American Indian languages. So you will not be able to use one single individual to translate this stuff. They've got to either have a splattering of language, or you're going to have a bunch of experts looking into this to get it right. Okay, so Quaiga being said. Ooh, Quaiga is said by one of the Sabe to lure the researchers into saying it back, which they do. Oh, Quaiga. They're calling themselves the eternally disappointing. And they don't know it. At 119, you hear the big male, Sabe, again saying, what, are they dumb? In English. And then he's asking at 120, help me, they're dumb. So he's asking the group to come together. At 121, help me here, Migwai. Said at 122. Migwai is probably their eldest son's first name, because they do have first and last names. And that means born at new moon. Might be Oma language, or Algonquin. And then at 123, this individual, the son, Migwai, asks what to do. And there's also the word Miigwech said in here, which means make them go by, goodbye, go away, goodbye. And then you hear the researchers talking over 124, 125, and at 128, the big male says, only English for Mei the buyer, referring to the researchers as buyers. That is also said in an incredibly thick accent of Japanese. so it's hard to understand in English, but it's Japanese or accent, language he's speaking. In 130, 131, not more. And then you hear at 132, bullshit. You hear the big male telling his son, be quiet. And then you hear him say at 133, Quagga, eternally disappointing. At 134, 35, you hear 3 taps and a whistle. This is the eldest son, going against what his father is telling him to stop, trying to advance the dogs. Which this, the 3 taps and the whistles to bring the dog soldiers forward. At 136, you hear the father, Migwai, not Migwai, don't make them go away. He's saying he's trying to pull his kid back from loosen the dog soldiers on him. Father in conflict with the son over what to do about the researchers. The son wants to just eliminate them and make them into hamburger, and the father knows that's not a good thing to do because it would bring, military men to the area. So most of their language they're speaking in this particular tape is actually English, with the few of the background talking that they're doing about what to do about the researchers invading their area and acting like idiots. Not my words, theirs, Quagga. So I will continue to work on this, flesh it out more. But this is a second part, and once I get done with the complete translation, I'll probably do a live on it because it's probably going to be a couple of hours to explain this stuff to you. Enjoy this, have a great day, and realize that the Sabe people speak English with heavy Chinese and Japanese accents. Think about it.